Meta is a word we throw around a lot in the gacha game community. Tier 0 characters, optimal teams, best build. It's what people often fixate on when chasing that maximum efficiency from the limited amount of pulls they have. But the truth is, despite all the talks, the meta will never truly matter in Zenless 0. Now, take a look at these two clips. Same team, same enemy, same build, but the damage output is noticeably different. The difference here is not the agent or the build, it's how I'm playing them. In the first clip, there was a lot of little things I did to maximize Julian's burst damage, and it all started with beating up the Ether anomaly on the boss using Nicole. This was crucial because triggering corruption during the chain attack allowed my Julian to fully benefit from the chaotic metal's force hit bonus. Making sure that anomaly was in place made a massive difference in overall damage. Next, I very specifically triggered the chain attack using Julian's skill. Since I'm using Julian's signature weapon, this boosted the next 8 Ether shots, which amplified her damage output even further. Now, this did mean that Julian's CX special missed out on some bonuses like Nicole's defense down, since it was activated before she could apply her debuff. It didn't really matter at the end because Julian's burst combo lasts longer than that of the stun period, and she still gained the bonus damage from hitting a stunned enemy. Now, that was just the setting up part of it. There is still more. I used the entire team's chain attack here because Officer Boo can deal quite a bit of damage. I also ensured that Officer Boo's chain attack and Julian's chain attack capitalized on Nicole's defense down debuff by not using Nicole's chain attack last. Once the chain attack is finished, I executed Julian's 9-hit ammo dump combo before reapplying Nicole's debuff. Now that the boss is again suffering from the defense down and other bonuses, I used Julian's ultimate and EX special before dumping the remaining of her ammos. This precisely planned rotation nearly killed the boss in just one cycle, whereas in the more autopilot clip, I'm button mashing, trying to unload whatever I have without paying too much attention to rotation or the buff and debuffs. I only did about half of the boss's HP. And this is where Zenless 0 kind of break away from the usual gacha formula. Your gameplay has a much bigger impact on combat outcomes. It's less about having the best team and more about knowing how to play the team you have. If you've mastered your team's mechanic, you can easily outperform someone chasing the meta, but who hasn't put in the time to really learn their agents. Let me take you back to something I often bring up in my videos, Monster Hunter. In every Monster Hunter game, people talk about the best DPS weapons. Sometimes it's long sword, sometimes it's charge blade. But despite being objectively the strongest choice, there are still 80% other players choosing to play something else. Why? Because in Monster Hunter, the best weapon isn't always the one that deals the most damage, it's the one that feels right for you. And Zenless 0 is no different. You will eventually find your favorite agent, your ideal playstyle, even if it's not what everyone else is running in the so-called meta. The truth is, the more comfortable you are with your agent, the better you will perform. That familiarity and also connection with the agent you love often leads to more consistent and higher damage than an optimal team that just don't click with you. What makes Zenless 0 so exciting is that this diversity of playstyle isn't just encouraged, it is an essential part of the game. Each team operates in a very unique way, and that flexibility is what keeps the game so engaging for me. It's all about finding the playstyle that works best for you, and the game rewards experimentations and personal preference over straight adhering to the meta. Julian's playstyle is all about control and efficiency. Her team works best by stunning enemy first, locking them down, and then unload massive amount of damage in one well-planned rotation. It's a very straightforward playstyle with not much room for improvisation, but that's what makes it so easy and effective. Now compare that to someone like Jin or Nekomata. Their playstyle are much more fluid and reactive. You're waving attack between dodges, staying mobile, and consistently adapting to enemies' moveset. Instead of waiting for the perfect moment to unleash all your damage, you're looking to continuously chip away at enemy while keeping yourself safe. Now, that doesn't mean you should completely ignore the idea of meta. Far from it. Just like in Monster Hunter, where there are meta builds within each weapon, you can still optimize around your favorite agents. For example, I've always loved playing Nekomata, even after Jane came out, but early on she wasn't performing as well as I'd hope her to. But with the addition of Caesar, everything changed. Caesar's buff and her powerful parry lines up perfectly into her playstyle, allowing me to unlock Nekomata's full potential, turning her into a powerhouse. This is a different kind of meta, a agent-based meta. It's centered around synergy, where you focus on building around the agent you enjoy playing. And that's where the magic happens. Synergy can often be far more powerful than any meta tier list. If you pull for a character that fits your playstyle and build a team around them, you'll find the sweet spot where you enjoy playing while still performing well. And I believe that's how most players will eventually find the best out of Zenless on Zero. Another big reason why meta doesn't hold much weight in Zenless is that there is just no content that absolutely demands it. With the right drive discs, any character can become a monster. We've seen players clearing the second side of shield defense in just 24 seconds using Billy, a character who is definitely not considered meta. Even more than that, Zenless on Zero doesn't have a ranking leaderboard or competitive system that pressures players into min-maxing their teams. Whether you clear the first side of shield defense in 50 seconds with a powerful meta team, or take a minute and a half soloing with Billy, you will still get the exact same reward. There's no extra prize for pushing your damage number past what the content requires or completing content faster than others. It's all about how you enjoy playing the game. Speaking of solos Billy, I highly recommend checking out Flamsky's channel. He's a dedicated Billy man, or maybe a Billy simp, who has been absolutely crushing shield defense stages using only Billy. If you're struggling with any part of shield defense, his videos are a great reference to see how you can clear the stage with agent outside of the meta. He also recently posted a 24-second clear with his Billy, which I don't think I could have done with my meta team using Jen. And that brings me to another key point. Beyond your skill at piloting your agent, drive discs play a huge role in your overall damage output. These are essentially your equipment, and the usefulness of their substats directly impact your damage potential. By investing stamina into farming the right disc for the agent you love, instead of just getting something useful before chasing the next meta agent, you can skyrocket the performance of your agent, regardless of where they sit in the meta. Meta doesn't and never will truly matter in Zenless on Zero. It's a game where skill, synergy, and mastery of your agent takes priority. At the end of the day, the best team for you won't be the one that's considered meta, especially since the meta will always shift with each new character released. Instead, the best team will be the one you enjoy playing and feel most comfortable with. So whether you're a fan of Julian's precise combo or you love the fast-paced flexibility of Nekomata, remember this: meta is just a guideline. The real power comes from finding your perfect playstyle, and that's also where the true fun of Zenless on Zero lies. So what about you? What's your favorite playstyle? Which agent are you currently playing the most? I'd love to hear from you in the comment down below. As always, this has been Steamedbunx. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.